Hello there, I'm Natasha Koo, the founder of Feminine Space, and welcome to the first day of the Redefining Womanhood video series. And today we're going to be covering the topic of being true to yourself. So let's dive right in. Now, I totally get it if you feel like, oh my goodness, all my life I feel like someone else has the right answer and it's never my version, or maybe some things like self-doubt is bubbling up and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like I know this true self, or what true self are you talking about, right? But if you feel this way, it's completely okay, because growing up I was totally under the impression that everyone else had the answer and that I was to be guided through life by everyone else. But as I came across all sorts of kind of experiences in life, I realized that if I do not stand for myself, and if I do not stay true to my values and what I really believe in, then I will just be persuaded, and all my time, all my effort, all my energy will just be given to someone else and their dream and their heart desires. So why it's really so important that we get to know who is here is because we can then live from this place versus living for everyone else. And if we do not have a grasp or an experience of the beauty that's within you or the wisdom that is within you, it makes it really difficult to trust that you do have it here. So this whole series, this 30 videos coming up in the next 30 days, and also this video in itself is just to inspire you. Now, one of the things that I do want to cover and mention is that if we really trust what is within us, right? If we hear this intuitive hunch, or we have a feeling, yeah, this is right for me, yet we are hesitant to go for it because we have certain thoughts in our head or doubts in our thoughts that says, are you kidding me? Or this is not logical at all, or hey, you've never done this before, are you sure? All these thoughts and all the things that kind of come to interject or to kind of steer us back to our patterns, it doesn't help. But if we believe them to be true and we give them a lot more kind of energy, and we don't see them as just thoughts or illusions that are coming along, then we get wrapped up in that. And I do that sometimes myself too, when I know exactly what it is that I want, but I'll get persuaded by a certain fear, or I'll kind of chicken out and go for the easier route, which is less deep, less authentic. That's completely okay too, because sometimes we veer off and we're not quite ready to face that truth, or to really stand up for ourselves, or to stay true to who we are. And that's okay, because once we veer off, sometimes life then gives us those lemons and tells us, oh my goodness, this is not the right thing to do, and there's another way. And so I definitely have cases where I was fired from the job because I was really not meant to work for someone else, or I had pretty much one of the greatest jobs in the world. It was in downtown Vancouver, beautiful office with a view of the ocean, like the kindest people I could ever ask for as bosses, and quite meaningful work, yet I still wasn't settled. I was still kind of unhappy, asking, is there more? And even if the intellect can come in and say, you spoiled brat, or what's wrong with you, if we have a certain feeling within us and it's just telling us that this is the right thing to do, then let's trust that, right? There are so many kind of different routes that we can go, and sometimes things will seem like it's going wrong, but at the end of the day, we always have the choice to come back within, to trust what's here, and truly in every moment have the choice and make that step, make the decision to actually stay true to you. And I know this can be sometimes tough, and especially if you're surrounded by people who kind of don't vibe with your truth, know that that's okay, because we can't please everyone, and the point of life is not to live for other people. So I know that struggle of, veering off because of someone else, and because we are pretty much disillusioned to believe that doing something else that's not really right for us will still give us good feelings, will still make things work. I just found that the more I've kind of hide from who I really am, and I hide from my own truth and who I am, the more I do that, the more sticky life gets, the harder it gets. So I just really encourage you today just to open up your mind to the possibility that you do have the answers, and that staying true to who you are really means believing that this life is yours and no one else's, and that the choices are in your own hands. It's, your responsibility to create the life that you want. So if you ever feel pulled, like you are kind of just doing things or going in motion because it is just happening in life, then kind of pause and just evaluate the situation, take a look at your life, take a look at the situation, and ask yourself, what choice do I have? And am I really hiding from the answers that I already have within me? Because most of the time when I hear of my clients, or when I talk to some really good friends, they'll tell me about their situation, they'll talk about kind of the pickle that they're in, but what I also hear is that they do know the answer, but things just get really complicated when they go to their head, and then they feel like, oh my goodness, what's the right thing to do? I don't think I can stay true to what it is that I really want, or to myself, or to who I am, when deep down they do know. But maybe it's that little spark of courage that we need to say, you know what? All of that, it doesn't matter, because I do know, and I'm going to trust it. So I hope that within the next 30 days, we're going to instill in you a really great sense of trust that, you do have it, you do know, and the answers are within you. So it's really beautiful, because for me at least, once you stop chasing and stop looking everywhere else for the answer, for the right way, then it just gets much more simple and it gets much easier. So that's what I really hope to kind of extend to you. Nothing more than my personal experiences and what has been true for me and my clients. And that's it. So today, I would love to invite you to open up yourself to the possibility that you are worth it, that you can trust yourself, and that staying true to who you are really means respecting, accepting, and loving what is here, okay? And it's not just a physical thing, it also means whatever guidance, intuition, wisdom, that pull that you get kind of in your heart or in your chest to do this or that. Well, let's take a deep breath and give it a chance, right? Allow ourselves to be guided by that, and allow ourselves to gain and to finally be the center of our life versus serving everyone else or being there for everyone else first and meeting all the expectations. Let's just pause for a moment and invite ourselves to really stay true to you, because you can, and the moment you do, your life will just kind of really unfold in a more beautiful and a much more flowing and easygoing type of way, because we're no longer in this tug of war with ourselves. Alright, so that's all I've got for today. Make sure to subscribe below or in the little corner right there of this video for more videos that are coming up in this series. And also, if you want to get a discussion going about what have your experiences of staying true to who you are been? What are the challenges? What have you experienced? And what do you really want to get out of this? Not just the 30 days, but also the topic of staying true to you and having that strength from within. So you can drop them down in the comments in the YouTube video, or you can also join us at femininetribe.com in the Facebook group, which is closed. If you want like a slightly more cozy and sacred environment, I'm there for you too, alright? So I hope to see you in the next video, and know that, you know what, you can do this, I'm with you, and there's nothing we gotta fix. We're just gonna connect to a much more beautiful part of ourselves, and that true self, right? And from there, the answers will come up, I promise you. And from there, we will redefine what it means to be a woman and womanhood for ourselves, versus living a recipe that kind of has been handed down to us and which perhaps we just do not really want to take on as our life anymore. So have a good one, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.